My name is Ilse Treurnicht, and it is really my great pleasure to welcome you here to Mars. Welcome. It is absolutely terrific to have this extraordinary group of people here together with this ambitious agenda to move Canada's innovation dialogue around the energy sector forward during our work today, but obviously building on the extraordinary work that's already happened in the past few months. I would like to start by thanking the Province of Ontario, the Premier's Office, the Ministry of Energy, the Ministry of Economic Development, Trade and Employment, as well as Intergovernmental Affairs for co-hosting today. And of course, the provinces that have joined us, Manitoba, Newfoundland and Labrador, PEI, Nova Scotia, Alberta. We're absolutely delighted to have all of you here. From a Mars perspective, we're particularly honored to be part of this summit. And if you look at the title, Canadian Energy Innovation, every piece of it resonates with what we're trying to do here. Mars was created because we believe Canada's future and the quality of matters, and that the quality of that future depends on our ability to be leaders in innovation. And the ambitious agenda of this particular day resonates very deeply with that message. The other thing about this project is that it gives us visibility on what's happening in innovation globally. And I have to say, in that context, we know that we have our work cut out for us. In the global context, Canada is a small country, or worse, it's a big country with a very small population. And that our competitive advantage will rely entirely on our ability to collaborate with each other, and to collaborate across sectors, across geographic boundaries, public and private, across the continuum of small, medium, and large, and to have a focus on harnessing that collaboration for global markets, because our local market is also too small. So that agenda is absolutely imperative in terms of what we're trying to do here. The other piece that's fundamental to our theory of how you build a sustainable, robust innovation economy is that you have to look at everything through the dual lens of the economy and society. That you have to align that dual mission of building a robust economy by also making sure that social and environmental impacts are taken into account. And it is that breadth of agenda that taps into the diversity of the skills and the talents and the capacity that we have across this country. So a really remarkable opportunity. And the magical thing is that I know that all of those things that are important to us are important to organizations across this country. And if we can stitch together that cohesive fabric to go out into the outside world, we will achieve our goal of being a global superpower in energy. And I know that the people in this room are exactly what we need to make it happen. So we're very excited about this, and I know that all of you and the action-oriented nature of everybody in this room is going to get us beyond talking to actually an action plan. I want to tell you that by being in this room today, you are pioneers by definition. This is the first official event in the Mars Phase 2 building. And so from that perspective, if you look around, you'll see it's a little rough around the edges still. We hope that will actually give you permission today to experiment and iterate a bit. And I'm asking for your forgiveness ahead of time if anything weird happens. So, but we're absolutely delighted. And again, I would like to thank the Province of Ontario who've made this ambitious innovation platform possible. I would also like to tell you that in the room next door, and the reason why we're not in the proper room today, is that there's a mental health innovation summit happening next door that has about 300 young people from every province and every territory in Canada. It's called the Jack Project, and it was stimulated and catalyzed by a young man who took his life in his first year of university at Queen's. And through that exercise, a group of young people are now co-creating a mental health innovation strategy for young people. And it's an extraordinary event. And I want to just warn you that they will get noisy occasionally, and we want them to because we really need their innovation. So thank you very much also for your patience on that front. And now it's my great pleasure to invite Annette Verschuren, to give you her perspective. She's our co-chair, and to give you her perspective on what she thinks is ahead for us today. And of course, she is a Canadian energy innovation pioneer herself. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Ilse. What a thrill it is to be here. Welcome, everybody from this great province and across the country. Real thrill. My second home, Nova Scotia, is well represented here, and but it really is a thrill to be here. And you know, this event really, I think, will help the Council of Federation really take a look at the Canadian energy strategy. And I want to commend Alberta, Manitoba, and Newfoundland, who are taking a piece of this and working towards a strategy, I think, that's going to be announced in August 2014. But look, my private sector, I've been in public life, I've been in Crown corporations. I started my career in the coal mining business in Cape Breton for 11 years, 9 years, I guess, altogether. And so I learned how not to run a company there, and went on and came to Toronto and had a lot of fun privatizing companies during with my time at CDIC, and then I went into the private sector. And in the private sector, I really had an enormous amount of fun. You know, took 19 stores to 179 across Canada with Home Depot. I often said, look, if Home Depot were a country, we'd be the best country in the world, because we got along in every province. We weren't in the territories, but we got along in every province. And we found ways to work together and to share ideas and to share best practices and to become better. And you know, Home Depot is an extraordinarily strong company, not because so much of its leadership at the top, its leadership throughout the organization. And when you get people engaged and involved in driving change and transforming your institution, your country, your province, your industry sector, what a difference that can make. And I'll just share a little example with you. You know, I got involved in the energy storage business about a couple of years ago, and I really wanted to do one other big thing. And went around the world, saw water, saw energy, and saw food as the big challenges our world faces. So sort of we settled on energy. And so what we did, we saw that this was an area that was very controversial. And we got the energy storage industry sector to come together and to say, look, you know, we can battle it out competitively, but we can come together and help design and develop ways in which this province can help introduce energy storage into the market. And lo and behold, in the long-term energy plan, there is 50 megawatts of energy storage. And I think that's the first time in the long-term energy plan there's been a lot of innovation in the plan. And I think that's a really wonderful, wonderful approach, forward approach. We all know that we can't continue to generate. We've got to take the generation that we have and really make it more valuable to every ratepayer in this province. It's so clear to me. And you know, the innovation that's happening in this province is amazing. And I hope that we can share, because there's a lot of innovation happening in energy storage in other parts of the world, but I'd love to go to other provinces and share that. And I'll tell you, I'm representing not one technology, but many technologies. And that is the key, I think, to success. That sort of collaboration, that sharing of best practices. And why can't we do this in an energy strategy? Why can't we develop an energy strategy for our country that is prosperous and sustainable in every element? Why can't we? I think we can.